Coming up on this edition of Talk of the Town, as you can tell, we're in a very special location. Find out more about that in just a moment. We will have Dr. Richard Hall from Mid-East Career Technology Center telling us all about a new program that they will be implementing, as well as some of the course curriculums. Also coming up on this edition of Talk of the Town, we will be talking to, from the Cambridge Citizens Police Academy, I think I got that all, Amy Kissinger. She'll be in here telling us all about National Police Week, which, spoiler alert, that's why we're here. As well as Lieutenant Dave Peoples, who is a big part of said academy. And we are going to be taking a tour, yes, a guided tour of the new Cambridge Police Department. That's all on this edition of Talk of the Town.
From the U.S. Bank Studios in downtown Cambridge, Ohio, it's Talk of the Town.
Welcome to a very special edition of Talk of the Town, not live to tape from the U.S. Bank Studios in downtown Cambridge. Actually, we're right across from there. We are at the Cambridge Police Department. Why? Well, because coming up is National Police Week. So we've been here doing some stuff all week long, and you'll be seeing more about that very, very shortly. But I tell you, we have a great lineup here for today's show. So I say, let's hop right into it after I say hi to Adam Green, our producer man.
Hey man, this is the fastest setup we've ever done.
I tell you what, it's like a pit crew. You were like a pit crew with getting this stuff all set up. Yes, so indeed, we are here and we are really looking forward to the show. And joining us today from Mid-East Career and Technology Centers, he is the superintendent. He is the one who makes it run. He is the one who makes it happen. He is the one who secures the money. I have got Dr. Richard Hall. Dr. Hall, pleasure seeing you. By the way, he's also my sometimes broadcasting partner whenever you hear some ABC Sports broadcasts. So, Dr. Hall, you have a little pamphlet in front of you for something that I think is really great. I think it's an innovative, ingenious idea, if you will. Go ahead and tell the folks at home all about it.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but I really can't. We are going to implement next year voluntary drug testing at the Career Center, and our purpose is to give students a competitive advantage in the workforce. Pickaway Ross Career Center started this about 5 years ago. And after I heard their presentation about 18 months ago, as I was driving back home, I couldn't find a reason not to do it, because we really feel like that taking students through the educational process of drug testing, which is going to be their work life forever, I just couldn't get past the fact that we need to make this an educational endeavor for them, so we're going to implement the program next year at the Career Center, both campuses.
So where exactly did you get the inspiration for this?
Pickaway Ross actually runs this program, so we were able to hook up with Drug-Free Clubs of America to create a club concept. So students will actually, once they go through the initial drug testing, will actually be involved in a club. And being a part of that club will offer incentives to those students that we'll have for them in the district and in the community. But the sole purpose of that is to provide the educational aspect of drug testing so that when they leave Mid-East, they're ready to go and enter the workforce right away.
So it'll be implemented next year then, is what you said, next
correct.
school year. Okay. So then basically the way this will work will be you'll have this club and it'll be kind of like a support group for the kids.
Absolutely, but we're going to make it fun. And we're going to have a lot of activities with that. And they'll actually go through initial drug testing, and then there's a random 5 times a year where not every student will be tested, obviously, it'll be at random.
Right.
But we'll go through that. And the educational piece with that is we want them to understand that as a part of their work life, they're going to go through a drug test. I don't feel that test should be the first time when they're ready to be employed. If they've been through that as a student for 2 years, we just feel like that gives them an advantage when they're sitting in an interview. I can hand you my drug-free clubs card and say, hey, I realize I have to pass your drug test, but by the way, I've been doing this for 2 years and I understand the concept and I understand the importance that is for me in terms of my work life, in terms of workforce development.
Well, you know, for a prospective employer, that really shows that this student, this prospective employee, has been very proactive and has been conscientious about not using drugs and going for the test and passing the test and whatnot. So I have to think that that is definitely an advantage. And, you know, it's very locally relevant. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to, point fingers at anybody. But I just know, in general, it's been kind of an issue for people to be able to pass a drug test in a lot of situations. So just on a local level, that already gives them a competitive advantage.
Absolutely, and that's what we believe. We believe by having knowledge and education will help them with that process and take away that intimidation factor when they're applying for a job, knowing that they're going to take a drug test. They've already been through it. So we just feel like giving them a competitive advantage and understanding that. And from an employer perspective, if I'm sitting across from you and I can display to you that, hey, I realize I have to pass your drug test, but I've been doing it for 2 years, I'm probably a pretty good risk, because obviously when we employ someone, it's a risk. But we want to make sure that our students come when they enter that workforce and being employed, they're a good risk.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to offer to our students.
Now, will this be available for freshmen through seniors?
We have juniors and seniors at the Career Center primarily, and that's who it will be targeted at, because that's the 2 years they're earning their certifications and their highly skilled training. So we'll take them through this process as well, so as they enter their work life, drug testing is not foreign to them.
Now, on down the line, obviously, we're kind of taking a couple of steps forward here when I ask this question, so forgive me if I'm putting the cart before the horse, so to speak. But just say that this is successful at the Career Center and you're seeing good results from it, whatnot. Do you foresee this being a situation where on down the line, perhaps this is fed to some of these home schools, not home schools, but some of the schools that feed Mid-East Career and Technology Centers, where it will become available for the underclassmen?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that with my colleagues. Obviously, you know, they've asked questions about the drug-free clubs and the concept and how we're going to implement it. And I've told them, let us get our format together first. Let us work out the bugs, and I'll hand you how we do it. There's no use doing it 13 different times. So what we'll try to do is we'll create the model, we'll create the concept at Mid-East, then we'll hand it off to our colleagues and see what they want to do with it.
I think that's a great thing. I think it's a great idea, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of results you get from that. So, being that we are here at the Cambridge Police Department, one of the things I feel like I need to ask you, you really have a very good criminal justice program there.
We really do, and we have a lot of applicants for it each year. We take 25 juniors each year and run through a 2-year program. It's very successful, but it's successful because we have the support of our local law enforcement, who does a lot of things with our program and other programs just to make sure that we are offering the high-skill training that the students are going to need when they leave us.
What exactly is the curriculum like for criminal justice at the high school level?
A little bit of everything. They learn investigation procedures. They learn fingerprinting. They learn how to all the things that they would need to do, Miranda rights, everything they would need to do to properly arrest someone and understand how to write logs, how to write reports. You name it, they do it. So when they leave, they're ready for their next step.
Do they get to go on ride-alongs, stuff like that?
They've done that in the past. We don't do it that often, but they also, they tour a lot of labs. They visit crime labs, that kind of thing, and watch the fingerprinting process and several things. They've been to morgues before. They've done a little bit of everything that they're going to encounter as a part of their work and professional life once they leave us.
For anybody who might be watching this thinking about pursuing a trade and pursuing it through Mid-East Career Technology Centers, where can they get a complete listing of the courses available? On
our website. Our website lays out every course we have, and we also have videos of most of our courses. We've been working on that the past 18 months of having a live video of every course every program that we offer. But so it's just mideastctc.org is our website. So our viewers can go out there and find it there.
Exciting stuff happening at Mid-East Career Technology Centers, and I tell you what, Dr. Richard Hall over here doing a bang-up job as the superintendent. We appreciate you as always.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with plenty more from the Cambridge Police Department. It is Police Week, or coming up will be Police Week, and that is why we are here, and we'll have plenty more right here on Talk of the Town.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys to teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door.
The Old Country Loft in Byesville is full of quality country primitives and a whole lot more. Ruth Dixon and her crew bring you the things you need to decorate your home with country charm and warmth. The Old Country Loft, corner of Main and Glass Avenue, Byesville.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
a great place to live, work, and play.
Check out Talk of the Town on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/YRPTV and be sure to subscribe.
Back here at the Cambridge Police Department for this very special edition of Talk of the Town, it is Jeremy Scott. Don't forget that if you would like to go back and watch past episodes of Talk of the Town, you can do so on our YouTube channel, YRP TV. You can also look us up on Facebook. That would be YRP TV, home of Talk of the Town. So you can go back and you can watch the very first one through the very last one, and of course all future episodes as well will all be archived there for your viewing pleasure. So, being that we are here at the Cambridge Police Department, National Police Week will be coming up May 12th through the 18th. And here to talk about that very event, I have got from the Cambridge Citizens Police Academy, Amy Grubbs. Are we calling you Amy Grubbs?
Amy Kissinger.
Amy Kissinger, okay. Amy Kissinger, Amy Grubbs. I've known her for a very long time, so that's why. Okay, Amy Kissinger, so make sure you get that on the graphic there, Adam. All right, and we also have a guy who we've been seeing a lot of over the past week as we've been doing a lot of the things that I was telling you about at the very beginning segment. Lieutenant Dave Peoples, good to see you as well.
Good to see you again.
I'm not going to reach across the table and shake your hand, so we'll just do it like that. How about that? Kind of doing the robot across the table. So we're actually going to start with Amy Kissinger, first of all. So let's talk about National Police Week. It's a very big deal here in the community. We're looking forward to a lot of the events coming up that are going to be a part of that. You're actually here representing, like I mentioned, the Cambridge Citizens Police Academy. You are an alum, and as a part of being an alum, you are helping to put on some of these events. Let's talk about these events. I'm looking here at the paper, by the way. Coming up May 15th is this awesome parade you guys have put together.
Right. Actually, we were very happy to have an opportunity throughout our efforts on the Citizens Police Academy. We formed a subcommittee. It is being chaired by Sammy Urbanowitz. She's been involved in Police Week activities going back 20 years. So we're so excited to have an official National Police Week list of events in Guernsey County. We will have a procession on May 15th, which is Wednesday. It will start at 6:30 at the Municipal Court. It will proceed along Wheeling Avenue and will end at the Cambridge Police Department, where we'll have a ceremony to honor officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice with their lives, as well as proper recognition to those who still serve.
Yeah. It's going to be a very powerful time.
It really will be. There will be bagpipes and drummers. It will include vehicles from, and I want to make this point, this is honoring all law enforcement in Guernsey County. And represented in this procession will be the Cambridge Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, the Highway Patrol, our park rangers, Senecaville, Byesville. All law enforcement in Guernsey County are the subject of our honor and our recognition for that week.
We call it National Police Week, but really and truly it's law enforcement.
Right.
It might as well be called National Law Enforcement Week. Right. Well, that's great. And so that's coming up on Wednesday the 15th, and then coming up that Saturday, you got something else coming up that I think is just going to be a really fun time.
We are really excited about our Family Fun Day event, which will be on Saturday, May 18th. It's going to be at the Biddy League field, which actually is the Doug Donnelly Stadium at George Bliss Field, or they may mix those two around. But it's going to be a great event. It will start at 4 o'clock and it will go on until dark. We're going to have so many fun activities for kids. There will be a lot of law enforcement service vehicles there to allow the kids to get up close, touch them, see them. There are going to be canine demonstrations. We're really excited about that. Those of us who have been able to see those demonstrations, they're very exciting and really something to behold.
Ask Mike McKay about the canine demonstrations.
I've seen some of those. I'm sure that's a story. But there's going to be a dunk tank. There's going to be cotton candy and popcorn, refreshments. It's going to be a fantastic event and very family friendly. We hope everyone will come out.
That's actually going to get underway at 4 p.m. and then it's going to go till question mark, basically.
Till dark.
Yeah, and who knows what time it'll get dark that night.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see, but it'll be a really good time. So, Lieutenant Peoples, I'm curious to know, so, we do have this thing coming up again. That is May 12th through the 18th, the National Police Week will be. Internally, obviously externally, there are going to be all these little events going on and whatnot, but internally, are you guys planning to do anything?
I believe we are, yes. There are some things in the making, but they're not public events. They're more internal.
But yes, you are going to be doing some stuff.
Yes, we'll do things.
Well, that's great. And I mentioned the Citizens Police Academy, and you are a big part of that. You've talked to me about it on numerous occasions. So
you have yet to honor my invitation
to come. I haven't dishonored it either. I just haven't been there yet. I noticed, though, that you had Kennedy's Bakery Donuts, though, so I might have to honor this.
Every week. Every week.
Because, again, Patty Kennedy, also an alumnus.
Yes.
So let's talk more about it, though. What all is a part of that curriculum?
It is an 11-week program. Actually, it's a 10-week program with the 11th week being graduation, so we have no classes that day. We try to cover every aspect of police work. More importantly, what Cambridge police officers do. We go through search and seizure, use of force techniques, self-defense, firearms, canine, just a whole gambit of things that we do. And it's more than just we sit in this room and tell everybody. It's really a hands-on experience.
Right.
They shoot our guns.
Right. They get to play with the taser a little bit.
And we had volunteers actually get tased.
Wow.
We in the self-defense part, you get foam batons and we get to strike each other. I mean, it's a really hands-on experience.
Very neat. And there is a ride along that's a part of that.
There is, and if you're lucky enough to pick your time when something big happens, you'll talk about it forever. We had our last class, Ralph Ray, I believe it was. He's got framed articles from the newspaper what he was involved with when he was on his ride along. So.
Wow, how cool is that? So, all right, I know that this year's class has wrapped up or is going to be wrapping up soon.
In about 3 weeks.
Okay, so obviously it's too late for people to come aboard for this year, but if people would like to be a part next year, when should they start looking at enrolling?
We'll probably set something out January, February.
Okay.
And set some dates up. Our first two that we did 2 in 1 year span, and it was a little much, but we had to do that because we got a grant to kick it off.
Okay.
But we're not under grant constraints anymore, so we're just 1 a year.
So definitely be looking for that, as Lieutenant Peoples mentioned, right around January, February. And if you're interested in being a part of the class, it sounds to me like it is very much worthwhile. Ask Karen Boyer, our great sales managerial genie, about it, because she won't stop talking about it. As a matter of fact, she brought a prop from the class, which we won't bring up on the air, but she did that and was forced to remove it from the premises. But I'll tell you what, it sounds like it's a great time, great class, and very worth your time, so definitely be looking for that. I'll tell you what, Amy, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
You.
Don't be a stranger.
Always my pleasure to be here. And one real quick thing.
Yeah.
Like Guernsey County Blue, our Facebook page. And during the week of May 12th through 18th, please replace your exterior lights with blue bulbs.
Absolutely do that, which, by the way, you can find at Orm and
Country Bits.
There you go. And hey, Lieutenant Peoples, thank you so much, not just for joining us right now, but having us up, like I said, for the past week or so.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure to speak with all of you guys, and you're going to find out more about that, as I mentioned, in the coming days and weeks. And we will be back with more Talk of the Town. Rumor has it, we've got a little tour on deck, and we're going to do that right here on Talk of the Town.
Talk of the Town will be right back. Bundy Law Funeral Home has worked since 1924 to earn the confidence of the families they have served and continue their commitment to the community. They offer a complete range of quality services, from funerals to cremation, and honor all faiths and customs. The staff at Bundy Law understands you need to know all the available options to make the right decisions for your family. A price list is available upon request, and they invite your comparisons. You will make the right choice when you choose Bundy Law Funeral Home.
U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
For a show schedule of upcoming guests and to watch past episodes, go to yourradioplace.com.
And here we are again at Talk of the Town, and we are not where we were with the little blue line behind us. We are still here at the Cambridge Police Department, however, and we're down in the lobby as we get set to take this very guided tour with this guy standing next to me. That would be Lieutenant Dave Peoples. Now, Lieutenant Peoples, how long has the police department been in this particular building?
October of last year, we moved in.
So October of last year, you moved in, and how are you enjoying it?
So far, it's been great. We have a lot more room than we were used to down at the old place when we shared it with the sheriff's office. So we get to do more things, spread our wings a little bit, if you will.
Yeah, you're not under the auspices of Jeff Payton anymore.
Correct.
Well, I tell you what, we're looking forward to going inside, and I say let's go ahead and do that.
After you.
All right. Okay, so now we are inside of the police department. We have left the lobby, and now we're back where the meat and potatoes happens. Where are we right now, Lieutenant Peoples?
This is our dispatch center. As you can see behind us, we have 2 fully functional dispatch stations. We can run 2 dispatchers at the same time, and they run the same. They're a mirrored image of each other.
Okay, so my question is, before you get to say what you were going to say really quickly, I know that being that this is a new location for you, has this enabled you to increase your personnel and be able to do this a little bit more simultaneously than before?
Just a little bit more streamlined. Before, we used to have radios on our desk and things like that, just a couple monitors. Now everything's streamlined. Our radios are all touch screen. There's no radios here. It's all computer controlled radios are up in the IT room. We have our 911 console, leads where we run plates, dispatch stuff. And I think the coolest thing about all this is the desk. I'm going to show you the desk. The desks are fully adjustable, up and down.
So if you're a short guy like me, you can like really raise it.
Yes. Yep. They have heaters, fans built in, lights built into it. These guys sit up here hours at a time, so we got to make them comfortable.
So check this out. This is a Bulletproof Shield over here. So Lieutenant Peoples, when is this exactly used?
We are standing in our SWAT room, so all this equipment down here is for our tactical team. That is our entry shield. The first guy through the door is behind that shield for protection for himself and for the rest of the team.
So what all do you keep down here? I mean, obviously the shields, as I have in my hand right here, and I see all kinds of lockers. Is this like where you guys store your personal stuff?
Yes, this is where we store all of our tactical gear. Down the hallway, we have a separate locker room for regular uniforms, but these lockers are bigger because of our tactical gear. Our vests and rifles and everything is just a whole lot bigger, so we have our own place to store them, which is an upgrade from when we shared it down on Southgate Parkway. We had a tiny little office. We kept all this in. And when we had a mission, we drug it all out in the hallway in front of detectives' offices. We were crawling all over each other, getting ready. Now we have our own spot.
So when we started this segment, I noticed that Adam, who's on camera, was over there on those shelves looking at some stuff. What all is over there?
There's a whole bunch of things. You want to go look so I can point it out?
Sure, let's go over here and look. We're going to actually come over here to where that shelf is that I was talking about.
This is the one he went to first. It's pretty cool. It's a 40 millimeter launcher. It's a single shot launcher that can launch a multitude of things from CS gas or any type of gas, smoke, to less lethal projectiles like foam batons or rubber pellets to disperse a crowd in a riot. Or wooden knee knockers that we call them. We shoot them in. You skip them off the ground and it hits people in the knees. That's what we call them, knee knockers. Disperses them or gets them out of the way depending on our use for them. Our rams that we use to breach doors, we have 3 of them. Those were all made by local people for us, like donated stuff. So
I was going to say it's pretty cool because it's actually branded with your actual initials on there.
Yeah.
So it was custom made for the Cambridge Police Department are those rams as he's talking about. And that's what you do to batter down doors?
Yep. Our biggest, strongest guy on the team is our ram guy, and he has no problem ramming the door in.
And as soon as he rams the door in, he's got this in front of him so that he can
protect
himself. And our final stop along this guided tour of the new Cambridge Police Department sees us in front of a safe. Now, is this from back when this place was a bank?
Yes. Yeah, when it was Huntington, and it was probably another bank before that. And near as we can tell, this thing's, I don't know, 80 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you can tell, I can see the old label. I don't know where it is, but I saw it. It was an old, okay, Adam got the old label from probably, like you said, 80 years ago. So what's this used for now?
Well, we can't make it an office. It's equipment storage, but the biggest thing is we have a special computer in there with special software that we can extract data from computers and phones and tablets and electronic devices. So it's a nice little fit for it down here, out of the way, nobody messes with it, and it's in a vault.
Wow, so obviously it can't be harmed like you said. So only obviously certain people have access to this?
That is correct.
Okay, so only certain people have access to this little vault in here, this little safe in here, and I'm looking in there, and I mean, it's dark. It's probably dark for a reason.
Yeah, Well, we just didn't turn the light on.
Oh, okay, that's why. That's the reason. There you go. Okay.
Nothing special. We just don't have the light on.
So, in other words, don't feel special with anything that I'm seeing that the viewers can't see.
The neatest part about it is when we moved in, the store was closed and the bank didn't have the combination. So they had to call a safe cracker. And they busted in the back wall a hole about that big and sent a guy probably about the size of you in through this little hole, and he had to break in to get the door open.
Wow, that's really neat. And this whole new building, I know a lot of people have come together to kind of help make this possible for you. I know a lot of people, and I'm just giving a little plug to our AVC Technical Services Department because I know that they did a little bit too. But obviously between AVC Technical Services and some of the people you're talking about, this really took a big team effort.
Oh, it was huge. I couldn't tell you the amount of contractors and people that were involved, from painting to flooring to everything. It was a big process.
I'll tell you what, the place looks fantastic, and you got to be very happy to be here now. You guys kind of have your own digs. I know some more developments are on the horizon, both in terms of the building and also with the Cambridge Police Department as well. And as a matter of fact, pretty soon, isn't City Council going to start meeting here?
Soon. I don't know the exact timetable. I've heard it anywhere from October of this year into June of next year. So at some point, yes, the room that we originally started taping in is a dual-purpose room, City Council chambers and a training room.
That's going to be a really good place to hold their meetings. And I'll tell you what, Lieutenant Peoples, we really appreciate you allowing us to come down here and check out the new digs. They look fantastic.
Great to have you anytime you want to stop by.
All right. Well, hopefully, by the way, out there, you're not stopping by here for bad reasons. I mean, obviously, you want to come by here and take a tour. Maybe Lieutenant Peoples will be nice enough to give you a tour like he did for us. Thank you, Lieutenant Peoples. We'll be back to wrap up Talk of the Town.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys to teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
Thanks again to my great guest on this edition of Talk of the Town, Dr. Richard Hall, again from Mid-East Career Technology Centers. Check out that drug-free club they're going to have. I think it's a really cool idea. Also, thank you again to Amy Kissinger. She was a part of the Cambridge Citizens Police Academy Alumnus Association, or Alumni Association, I guess it technically is called, telling us all about some of the events and festivities coming up for National Police Week. I think that is a really cool thing. And of course, Lieutenant Dave Peoples as well, who came on the show and has had us up here for the past week or so. And thanks again to Lieutenant Peoples also for the guided tour as well. It's such a neat thing that he was able to do that for us and allow us to take a look around the new premises. Hey, really quickly before we wrap things up, I do want to remind you graduation is on the way. Don't forget, you'll be able to see the Cambridge graduation, the Meadowbrook graduation, and the John Glenn graduation too. So definitely look for that at our website, yourradioplace.com. We'll have all the details very, very soon. For our producer man, Adam Green, I am Jeremy Scott saying, have yourself a fantastic day, night, or otherwise.
Citizens of Patrol!